You know, you've all heard me talk about watermelon metrics before. What we need to have a look at when we're building our metrics is to make sure that that what we're measuring is actually going to be effective and is actually going to help us drive decisions. So one of the first things that you should absolutely look at when you're developing metrics, looking at new dashboards, looking at new reports, is what do you need to measure and why? What outcome is it going to drive, and what decisions are you going to make using that data? If you're just measuring for the sake of measuring, then you might as well just throw your report away because it's never going to be used. What are the characteristics of good metrics? If we look at recruitment, and it doesn't matter whether you've got a hybrid or a remote or a decentralized or centralized function, we know that for those metrics to be effective and to be reliable, they need to have these kinds of things. They need to be aligned to your business goals. They need to be actionable. So again, what decisions are you going to make from them? And they need to be consistent and tracked over time. Pointless having one off and then just going, yeah, we've measured that, good job. That actually is completely useless. So make sure they're aligned with your business goals. And they're things like what roles impact your strategy. And if that seat is empty, is actually maybe a revenue generating role, or like I say, a role that is impacts your strategy. How long is that going to be empty? So what do you need to do about that? And what metrics do you need around those particular roles, so those critical roles? And what are the actions that you are going to take? Again, information that you get from those metrics is information that you can then take a good, solid action on. And you can build out a really good plan. So some of the metrics that don't make any sense in this space are number of applications per role. Again, if you've got very, very critical roles that are hard to fill and you're doing a post and pray methodology, you're not going to get applicants per role, right? So that metric means nothing for those particular roles. Whereas if you're then going, okay, that's a really hard to fill role, it's really critical, what are the other strategies that we can put in place rather than just advertising and hoping we get a number of applications through? Post and pray, bane of my life. And the other thing is about consistency, actually monitoring trends and then being able to see leading indicators from those trends. Again, if you've just got a one-off measure and you go, yep, we've done that and we've had whatever it might be, it was this time to fill. But what does that tell you about those particular role types over a period of time? And what triggers do you get from those leading indicators over those periods of time? But this is actually about the metrics and the data that you are going to capture and record consistently on your reporting dashboards. Align them with the business goals, make sure you can actually make decisions from them and that they're actionable, they're consistent, and that you're tracking them over time.